Everybody, it's Miss Moorcraft here from Stiffer Clays Primary School. Hiya, I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Today I'd like to go through something called the grid method, which is a technique we can use to solve multiplication sums. Now anybody can use this technique to help them solve a multiplication sum, but I'm hoping that it will be particularly useful for our Year 3s that have some of these sums set as part of their online learning. So let's have a little look at one of the possible sums. 26 multiplied by 4. So the first thing we'll do is write the sum down. Now we can see that this sum is a little bit bigger than I would probably be able to do in my head. Although I know my 4 times table, I probably know it up to 10, 12, but certainly not all the way up to 26. So I'm going to need another method to help me solve it. And that's where the grid method comes in. So I'm going to draw myself a grid. Nice big box. Two lines down. And one line across. And I now have a grid that I can use to help me solve this sum. All I've got to do now is put the numbers from my sum into my grid. So let's have a look at how we can do that. First of all, it's a multiplication sum. So in the corner of my grid, I should always put my multiplication sign to remind me that it is a multiplication sum. Then I'm going to split my 26 because it's too large at the moment. So I'm going to split it or partition it into tens and ones. And we can see that I have 2 tens and 2 tens are 20. I have 6 ones. So I now have the 20 and the 6 all on the top line of my grid. We're multiplying by 4, so we'll put the 4 into the grid as well. And that leaves us 2 empty spaces, or 2 empty boxes, one here and one here. And that's where our answers are going to go. So just to help you see them nice and clearly, one of our answers will go in this part of the grid, and our other answer will go in this part of the grid. So let's have a look at calculating our answers. 4 times 20. 4 lots of 20. That's 20 and 20 and 20 and 20, which will give us a total of 80. Now let's do 4 multiplied by 6. 4 lots of 6, which is 24. And I have my 2 answers now. To find the answer to the sum, I just have to add these together. So 80 plus 24 equals 0 and 4 is 4. 8 tens and 2 tens gives us 10 tens. So our answer is 104. So 26 multiplied by 4 is 104. And we solved it using the grid method. Let's recap, hopefully really quickly for you guys. So here's our sum. We wrote it down. We then drew a grid. We put the multiplication sign in the corner of our grid. We then split our large number up to make it easier. So 26 became 20 and 6. We were multiplying the number by 4, so we put 4 into our grid, and then we could solve it bit by bit, and our answers would appear in the 2 empty boxes. So 4 times 20 is 80. 4 times 6 is 24. If we add our 2 answers together, we get a total of 104, and 104 is our answer to the sum. Let's have a look at one more. So here we have another multiplication sum. This time we had 34 times 3. So once again, we write the sum down. We draw a grid. It's a multiplication sum, so we put the multiplication sign in our grid. The number that's a bit large for us to work with, we partition, or we split into tens. This time we have 3 tens, and we have 4 ones, and they all go into the top of our grid. We're multiplying by 3, so we put the 3 into our grid, and that leaves us with 2 empty boxes where our answer will appear. So we do 3 times 30, that's 30, add 30, add 30, which is 90. And then we do 3 times 4, which is 12. We have our 2 answers, so we add them together. 90 add 12, which is 102 in total. So our answer to the sum 34 multiplied by 3 is 102. So hopefully that's helped. Don't forget, you can always go back and play the video again and pause it at each step if you would like that little bit of extra structure. Good luck, particularly to our year 3s that will be giving these a go as part of their online learning. Hopefully that's helped. I'll be back soon. Until then, do take care, everybody. Bye-bye now.